Said me when I felt like collapsing, and she reminded me of who I was when I struggled to remember it myself. She was my biggest supporter, cheerleader, and customer. Losing her has wounded me in a way I cannot fully explain. Itawan, your kokoma, like you always called me, was not prepared to say goodbye. The pain is deep, and I'm still speechless, wishing that it was a dream. But what keeps me from completely breaking down is knowing the kind of woman you were. A godly, sincere, faith-filled woman who loved God with her whole heart. And because of that, I truly believed you are resting peacefully with God now. I pray that God will give me the strength to bear this loss, to hold onto your memory, and to find comfort in his promise. We can't always understand God's plan, but one thing that you have taught me is to always trust the planner, which is God. Rest in perfect peace, Lizzie. Thank you.
David?
This is a tribute to our mom. In all honesty, I had trouble thinking about what I was going to say and what I was going to write because I don't think there's words enough to express how much you actually meant to me. There's a saying that goes like, some people are so afraid to die that they never begin to live, but that was never the case for our mom. She always lived life to the fullest, and she always lived life to the fullest, but she always lived life to the fullest no matter what she was doing. She always had a smile on her face, and she carried that smile all the way up to her last moments. If I could describe my mom in a few words, it would be caring, selfless, protective, brave, strong and supportive. Growing up and being raised by only our mum, you would think that we lacked, but it was quite the opposite. We never lacked anything. She was our mum and dad all in one. She was my rock and always held me together and to tell me everything was okay when I felt like everything was falling apart. She was my biggest supporter, always the loudest in the crowd at any awards ceremony, whether it was at football, academic achievements. She always had the biggest smile on her face. She would always make the small achievements feel like the biggest thing in the world. And she would always remind me how proud she was of me regardless of what I did and even the mistakes I made. She would always say, I'm proud to call you my son and you're destined for great things. My mum may not be here physically with us anymore, but I'll carry her with me everywhere I go and in everything I do for the rest of my life. I don't want to say goodbye because that makes it seem like we'll never see each other again. So I'll say bye for now because we will see each other again. And you can rest easy and peacefully knowing that you've raised 3 boys that will grow up to be just like you and live how you lived your life.
I'll be reading a tribute on behalf of my brother Nathan Omoregbe. Tribute to my mum. Our family was centered around my mother, who was dependable, devoted, and incredibly selfless. She never once asked for anything in return, giving her all to raise my 2 brothers and I. Her love kept us united through every stage of our lives. Her strength shielded us, and her care shaped us. Her presence is still felt in all the lessons she taught and the kindness she lived, but by losing her has left an emptiness that words cannot express. Her warmth, her laughter, and the way she always made us feel safe are things we will miss every day. However, she's part of who we are and who we strive to be. Her love was a gift. We'll spend our lives honoring. May she rest in peace, knowing we will always be grateful for her. I love you and miss you, Mummy. From Nathan.
Thank you very much, Nathan and David. I'll be calling on Abiola, for her tribute. And while she's taking that, the representative of the women group of KBF will come after her.
Good evening, church. Dearest Elizabeth, I call her Sister Lizzie. It still feels like a dream that you're no longer with us. You were beautiful, strong. I used to tease her that she belonged in the army because she was very, she was a disciplinarian. You were beautiful, strong, selfless, adventurous, always smiling. She was a giver, even when it wasn't convenient for her. I take comfort in the fact that you lived, you enjoyed, traveled, did the things you wanted to do against all odds. Yours is a life to celebrate, though cut short. Enjoyment Minister, we were looking forward to seeing you in January. You sent a list of the things you wanted, but God knows best. Lizzie wanted snails, prawns, corn, pear, but God knows best. It was so hard to explain to my 5-year-old that you are now an angel watching over us. Thank you for all you did. Thank you for loving my daughter